तो कॉल करना ना, कॉल करना। और वो कहते हैं 10 लोगों की टीम आई तो 10 लोग अलग अलग बनाते हैं।
$33 लो झालं की
Yani yani
Good evening to one and all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to one and all. I welcome Alok sir.
Yes, thank you. Good evening, Devanshu.
Yes, sir. So we are just waiting for Jaswinder sir to join, and then we will proceed with our valedictory ceremony, sir.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. And I think you can proceed. He will take just a couple of minutes to join. You can
Okay,
start.
okay, Vimal ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, ma'am. I guess we are good to start. I welcome everybody in this valedictory ceremony of this 15 days online refresher course. Rushda, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, Rushda, you are audible. You may please take ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the valedictory session of 15 days online refresher course on new age teaching methods and skills in higher education, organized by Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal, and Roy Pinner Grove, Prayagraj, in collaboration with Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, a scheme under Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching, Ministry of Education, Government of India. I would like to continue with the session with a quick introduction about the organizing committee. That is, Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching is a scheme launched by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. The aim of the scheme is to improve the quality of school and higher education by comprehensively addressing all issues related to teachers, teaching, teachers, preparation, professional development, curriculum design, and developing assessment and evaluation methodology, research and pedagogy, and developing effective pedagogy. Many centers such as TLC, FDC, School of Education, etc., have been opened throughout the country. The second is that Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, GAD-TLC, was inaugurated on 1st July 2016 by Smriti Zubin Irani. GAD-TLC is a leading center of Ministry of Education, Government of India under PMMNMTT. GAD-TLC has been created under the Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching of the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, which addresses comprehensively all issues related to teachers, teaching, teachers' preparation, and professional development, and thus help in the preparation of modern age ICT survey teachers. The center empowers through various basics and advanced workshops of teachers in pedagogy and ICT skills. MHRD has also selected GAD-TLC as National Resource Center of the Chemistry in 2018. Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal. Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal is one of the fastest growing and one of the most awarded universities in central India, having practice-based pedagogy at its core. Currently, the university is offering 50 plus degree programs to more than 2,500 students from 8 countries and 27 states of India. The university has numerous partnerships with top industries and international educational institutes, ensuring the student get great exposure both nationally and internationally. JLU Bhopal is only participating university in Central India in ERASMUS Plus programs under the Tying India project funded by European Commission and is also currently the country chair of Association of Universities of Asia Pacific. Today, India Today and Outlook India has ranked Jagran School of Journalism and Mass Communication JLU Bhopal as #1 in Madhya Pradesh and top 15 in India in 2020. And the university has been bestowed with several prestigious awards, such as University of the Year by Government of Madhya Pradesh for consecutive 5 years from 2015 to 2019, and is recognized as a Global League institution in 2015 at the House of Commons, London, UK. Droid Pinel Grove, a unit of Arjun Das Gulati Memorial Society. The Arjun Das Gulati Memorial Society, which is registered under the Societies Registration Act 1860 with the order of the Registrar of Societies, has created to the object of Droid Pinal Grove. The organization is signing MOUs with universities, colleges, and organizations for the welfare and encouragement of young minds in the research and publication. Droid Panel Group is an initiative taken in the legal field to provide the discussion on minutes nuisance involved in the criticisms of law in a simple and qualified manner. The Droid Pinel Indian Law Journal on IPR was established in 2019 and DP Newsletter in 2019. And the Droid Pinel publication in the year 2020 under the banner of Droid Pinel Group, a unit of Arjun Das Gulati Memorial Society, Prayagraj. Furthermore, the last, that is, the Droid Pinel Group, is established for the purpose of promoting interest by organizing workshops, refresher courses, faculty development programs, capacity building programs, seminar, debates, and discussion. Not only this, but also the Droid Pinel Group focuses on imparting free education and training to poor and needy students. The group is actively involved in the promotion of legal aid to poor and aggrieved classes of society by regularly organizing free legal aid camps. Now I would request Dr. Devanshu Srivastav, Associate Professor, Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal, to please give us the report of the 15-day online refresher course. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Rushda. And believe me, everybody, this is more than a pleasure to me today to present the 15 days report. And I thank each one of you for making this event one of the most successful events that we ever witnessed onto, by having participants of around 168 and from over 26 states of our wonderful country. And before I move ahead, I wish a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all my dear participants who have joined us from various parts of the country. To start off with the report, the 15 days online refresher course on new age teaching methods and skills in higher education, organized by Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal, and the Droid Pinel Group, Prayagraj, in collaboration with Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, a scheme under Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, National Mission on Teachers and Teaching, Ministry of Education, Government of India. We started off with the inaugural ceremony on 17th August, and what a stalwart of people were available for us for the inaugural. We were joined at the inaugural by Professor Dr. Alok Mishra, who delivered the welcome address in the capacity of Dean Faculty of Law, Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal. We had then the address by the coordinator of GAD-TLC, Professor Dr. Vimal Rar Ma'am. The address was then forwarded by the keynote speaker, Professor Dr. A.K. Bakshi Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, PDM University, Bahadurgarh. And the presidential address was delivered by Professor Dr. Sandeep Shastri, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal. The introductory remarks were pointed out by the Registrar of Jagran Lake City University, Professor Dr. Vivek Khare Sir. And finally, we had Gaurav Gulati Sir, the Managing Director for the Droid Pinel Group, to deliver the vote of thanks. The inaugural day also saw a technical session on My E-Class by Dr. Narendrajit Kaur Ma'am, Assistant Professor at the SGBT Khalsa College, University of Delhi, Delhi. The first day saw its first session, and it was delivered by Dr. Birpal Singh, Associate Professor at National Law Institute, University, Bhopal. And his topic for the session was Issues and Challenges of the Online Education for the marginalized section in the post-COVID-19 pandemic. And this session not only identified the major issues that the country faced, but also highlighted how the marginalized section not only faced those issues, but also how they overcome those particular things. The second session in the line on the same day was delivered by Dr. K.S. Mishra, PhD from Manitoba. He's also a former distinguished professor and head at the Earth Science Research Center, University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, and Additional Director General at Geological Survey of India. His topic for the session was Climate Change Parameters, Environmental and Water Security for Teachers and Researchers. He wonderfully not only carved down the importance of why environmental studies has been incorporated, but also in his presentation, he highlighted the various issues regarding the climate change and the environmental hazards, and how a teacher and a researcher in the higher education should overcome that. We then moved to the day 3, where the first session was taken by Dr. Dhananjay Chopra sir. He's the course coordinator at Center for Media Studies at University of Allahabad, Prayagraj. His topic was on the new communication tools in higher education and how the storytelling can be one of those particular ideas. And in his unique style, he presented that particular sort in among all the teachers and the researchers. The same day, we had the second session by Professor Dr. Sandeep Shastri sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal. And his session was one of those interactive sessions where this entire group was divided into subgroups. We were given certain tasks and we were allowed to present. I must say this was one of those particular sessions where all the participants were taken the seat or stepped into the shoes of the resource person. Day 4, first session was delivered by Professor Dr. C.A. Gurudat, Dean School of Law, SRM University, Chennai. And his topic was revolving on 4 wonderful pillars: the adoption of 4 E's for the outcome-based education, his empirical approach, and how wonderfully he took that in higher education is based on these 4 E's, and how those 4 E's, we as teachers and researchers can strengthen it. The second session on day 4 was delivered by Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Bakshi sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, PDM University, Bahadurgarh. And in his unique style, Bakshi sir, as always, not only highlighted, but also added those Bollywood songs and particular things that how an happiness quotient in a teacher and a researcher can also contribute to the wonderful emancipation of knowledge in the higher education as well. Day 5 saw the first session by Professor Dr. Vimal Rar ma'am, the National Coordinator at Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, SGBT Khalsa College, University of Delhi, New Delhi. And as what is ma'am known for, a wonderful way where 1.5 hours was such matter of seconds for us. She, during her presentation, not only made each one of us link to our screens, but at the end of it, we all were so jealous that why we didn't had a real session out of not what a virtual session was. The second session of the day was delivered by Professor Dr. P.K. Bishwas, the Dean Research and Quality at Jagran Lake City University. And his topic was revolving in the usage of case study as the pedagogy for teaching students. And as a management legacy that I can call him across, he not only brought case study in the management teaching, but also how even a teacher or a researcher from social sciences can bring that case study as a valid teaching tool to the students. Day 6 was a session where the first session was taken by Dr. Meenal Bhavna ma'am, the head of the Department for Physics at Agarwal PG College, Jaipur. And her topic was how the steps for effective research writing and reporting was carved out. This was also one of those particular days which the nature spoiled, and due to internet connectivity, we were not able to have second session. Day 7, session 1 was delivered by Professor Dr. Shailja Shastri ma'am, Dean Faculty for Liberal Arts and Humanities at Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal. And her topic revolved on the psychological approach on how a lifelong learning in higher education, a reflective session, and in true sense, how the reflection of one's own teaching in the higher education can be only and only a lifelong learning. The second session on day 7 was delivered by Dr. Puneet Bafna sir, former associate professor at M&T University, Jaipur. And his topic was on the teaching skills and ethics, where he also pointed out what importance ethics play, whether we are a learner or we are a researcher or we are a teacher. Day 8 saw the first session delivered by Professor Dr. V. Vijay Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor at National Law Institute, University, Bhopal. And his session revolved on the national education policy and the education in higher education, which was in the issues and challenges. He pointed out certain basic things when the legal education and the issues relevant out there. And he not only requested each of us, but also the researchers who are yet to join the academics, to be well versed whenever a policy is being delivered to us. The second session on day 8 was delivered by Dr. Babugura S. Patil sir, Associate Professor from VM Salgaonkar College of Law, Goa. And in his unique style of presenting that how the clinical portion of teaching as a skill and as a tool can be utilized to its best in the higher education. Day 9, session 1 was delivered by Dr. S.K. Bose, Associate Professor at Manav Rachna University, Delhi. And this session brought how some new avenues which we as teachers or researchers can bring, whichever domain we belong to, law, management, social sciences, proper science. Both sir's lecture revolved on the skills that a teacher should be ready with. Day 9, session 2 saw Dr. Anupama Pandit Saxena ma'am, Associate Professor at Hari Singh Gaur Central University, Sagar. And her topic on new teaching methods and skills in the higher education was one of its kind. She not only brought two teachings, one from her father and the other from her son, that how gaming can also be utilized as one of the teaching skills. Day 10 saw the first session by Professor Dr. Mona Purohit ma'am, Dean, Department of Legal Studies and Research, Barkatullah University, Bhopal. And her topic in relation to the contemporary teaching methods and challenges was one of the most interesting lectures in the entire 15 days, and also helped us to gain certain knowledge in delivering a lecture, whether it's an online medium or an offline medium. Session 2 on day 10 was delivered by Professor Dr. Vivek Khare, the registrar at Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal, and his session brought the innovative methods of teaching, the ideas of how not only commerce education or other things can be brought, but also in a beautiful way through videos and other things. He brought us together to think that yes, it is beyond books of how to teach. Day 11 saw the first session by Dr. Nidhi Gupta ma'am, Associate Professor at National Law University, New Delhi, and her topic on the challenges for higher education institutions in the post-COVID times told us that yes, not only we as teachers or researchers, but how an institution play and what all are the challenges, especially when we are moving in that transition period of from online to an offline mode. The second session on the day was taken by Dr. Ashwini NV, Director at the Mukta Foundation, Bangalore. Her topic on teachers as the transformational leaders brought that this is the particular area and how the teacher should be equipped once she enters or he enters the classroom. The last day, day 12, session 1 was taken by Dr. Vani K. Sri ma'am, Principal Coordinator and Head of Professor N.R. Madhava Menon, Interdisciplinary Center for Research Ethics and Protocols. She is also an Associate Professor at CUSAT, Kerala. Her topic revolved on the advanced methods of teaching skills in the higher education, where she also brought that the new normal includes the blended form or the hybrid model of teaching. The second session on day 12 was delivered by Professor Dr. Anand Pawar, Registrar, Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, Patiala. And his topic was something that we all undergo when we are performing our research. His title read as the role of funding agencies in research, and he wonderfully transformed the role of the funding agencies in that thing. So this and all, how all the assignments, projects, and quiz was uploaded on the My eClass. I know there were certain of the technical issues, but we as the organizing team make sure that all such errors, all such technical difficulties shall be taken duly care of by us so that none of the participants would ever face any difficulty. This brings us to today, which is the valedictory session of this wonderful 15 days online refresher course. And I'm pretty hopeful that each one of you as a participant and we as the organizing team enjoyed thoroughly. We know from where we started from 17th of August to where we are here on 31st of August. This has been a wonderful time, and I know that tomorrow, when we are not scheduled with any of these sessions, each one of us will wait for that group, that where is that link at 2:30? Who is the speaker today and what new things would we will be learning today? With this, I close the report, and I know that this is not a good time, but I would be thankful to GAD TLC Center, especially to Professor Vimal Rarma, for always blessing us, for always being there, and for always supporting us with this thing. I would also feel if I'll not congratulate and thanks Gaurav Gulati sir and his able team from the Droid Pinel group. I know, sir, it takes wonders and it takes a lot of efforts to bring such events and to turn it into such a flawless event. Thank you so much, sir. I would also fail if I'll not thank the moderators, specifically my student moderators, Rushda and Nancy, and all my wonderful faculties at the Faculty of Law. Without you all, this event wouldn't have been that success which it has raised. And believe me, we have set a new benchmark. With this, I would thank everybody for making this event a successful one. Thank you so much. Over to you, Rushda.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Alok Mishra, sir, Dean, Faculty of Law, Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal. Professor Dr. Alok Mishra, sir, has teaching, research, administrative, and practicing experience at bar of more than 3 decades. His last assessment with NIMS, where he was working as Dean, NIMS Kriti P. Mehta School of Law, Mumbai, and 6 other schools of law in Navi Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Indore, Dhule, and Chandigarh campus of NIMS deemed to be university. He was the founder and chairman of Human Rights Organization, and an associate member, Indian section of Amnesty International London. He is a life member of the Supreme Court Bar Association, Indian Society of International Law, and the Indian Law Institute, New Delhi. He has been a member of the International Council of Jurists, London. His area of interest is constitutional law. He is a consultant in the field of constitutional law. He has been awarded the Care International Award 2016 for his efforts and dedication to the cause of environment. He is also the recipient of Academic Excellence Award 2018 for contribution to legal fraternity. Recently, he has received Academic Leadership Award 2020 for recognition of leadership, expertise, contribution, devotion, commitment towards legal academics in India. Now, I would like to request sir to please take over the session.
Thank you so much, Rushda Arshad, one of the very talented students of Jagran Lake City University. Dr. Devanshu Srivastava present, and all the guests, and academics all across the country who joined this refresher course. And I'm really thrilled to hear the report presented by Dr. Devanshu Srivastava and the proceedings and some of the lectures which I could attend. And I congratulate Droid Panel Group, Mr. Gulati, and other stakeholders. Khalsa College reminds me of my days in Delhi University North Campus and the professors from there, senior professors, I would say. And also, I invite you to the city of Lakes, Bhopal, from where I'm talking to you, interacting with you. This university has a wonderful surrounding, located in General Forest area, running for about 100 kilometers from Bhopal to Hoshangabad, an excellent campus, and it was established by Dainik Jagran Group of newspapers, one of the greatest conscience keepers during freedom struggle in 1942, when it was established by Shri Gurudev Gupta, the illustrious family to which Maithili Shanarji also belonged. Maithili Shanarji, our national poet, and so many scholars, freedom fighters, and then this university comes with an entirely different value system and vision and mission. So I invite you to Bhopal, the city of Aslam Sher Khan, the legendary hockey player, and also the city of epic poet Bashir Bhat. Many accolades to this city, to the culture of this city. National Judicial Academy resides here, where we train judges, and also a leading national law university of the country, located in Bhopal. So I invite all of you and request you that whenever you are in or around Bhopal, kindly give us a call and we will do the needful. And all of you are very welcome, in fact, in this university. I also, in the field of academics for over 3 decades, understand it very well that the teacher of today and tomorrow, in fact, are required to be psychologically, mentally, and with skill-wise, technologically quite empowered. So we have to empower ourselves. Nation requires, world requires. The changes which are coming in education, they require an excellent, empowered teacher, technologically empowered professors, technologically empowered classrooms, and technologically empowered students. The transition is very swift, in fact. The systems of the universities, the courts have started going online and paperless. We all know Justice Rajab Bindal, who is the nodal officer of the digitization project of judiciary in the country. Punjab and Haryana High Court entirely gone paperless. You file a case as an advocate through Android, through your mobile, and within seconds the message comes that the case gets registered, so and so bench will hear it, and then orders can be downloaded by you. Every information is given by in the same manner through SMS as when you withdraw money from ATM, you get all the information. So that kind of functioning India is going to have. We are leaders in IT, and from 1985 till now, and especially the Digital India program of the Honorable Prime Minister, and the digital balloons launched, internet connectivity given even in Arakhani ranges. So that's unbelievable. Also, I noticed one thing during last 20 years, that during these 20 years, which we witnessed an entirely different phenomenon, and that I prefer to call as education revolution going on. Revolution is a word which connotes dramatic change, unbelievable change. Like on the stage, something is being performed, and when the curtain rises or curtain drops, oh my God, an unbelievable change you find in the drama. That kind of change when you witness in a country is struggling with around 400 universities on the turn of millennium, and now more than 1,400 universities in this great motherland. We find, in fact, a kind of unbelievable change which is going on, education transforming itself. So as teachers, we have to equip ourselves. Our role, in fact, is of nation building. Our role is of building of ethics in education, which is an essential component of all walks of life. Our role is to revolutionize what we are doing, to change what we are doing. from fundamentals to the frontiers of research. Things are to be changed. Things are to be made more relevant, more contemporary for the people. And in that context, the academic delivery systems are required to be very powerful. The syllabi are to be innovated, continuously updated, and the academic delivery is required to be very, very precise and of precision. Then the examination system, which is about to go paperless. And then you can understand that how much effort will be there and how much expertise of empowerment from the point of technology students will require, universities will require, professors will require. Everything is required to be paperless. And in that context, the experiences are going to play a great role. And a lot of resources will be saved. The faster we go that way, because libraries of hard copies of books, all these arrangements are going to be in background, and most of the things which will exist, that will be digital. Otherwise, we will trail behind in the race in academics. The object of knowledge, always remember, is the welfare of a single human being and humanity. Single human being is also important, and humanity is also important. And when you deal with subjects related to life, human life, to improve the conditions of life, it becomes very important, in fact. And that's how the requirement again comes like that. And in this context, the knowledge which is generated in the classrooms, in the discussions, in the mind, in the research laboratories, in the writings, in the scholarship, that knowledge, in fact, takes the humanity ahead. So the object of knowledge is to do welfare. And that's why the subjects, right from class 9th, which are taught, and then there are different departments in universities and different faculties in the university to further improve on those things so that knowledge becomes improved on that particular aspect, and it does welfare of the people. So education which we are going to take forward is required to be user-friendly. The skills are required to be user-friendly. It should do welfare of the people. It should sort out the problems of the people. Research also has to focus on problems so that the advantage of investments in the field of education reach to the poor. Most of the regulators, like very recently Bar Council of India, added a mandatory paper in the coursework of PhD program, and that is curriculum designing and planning. So professors are required to be experts in curriculum designing and planning also. They are the major stakeholders. They are required to be experts in digital marketing. They are required to be experts with regard to giving the first hand holding to the students when they pass out. They are required to be experts in syllabus design. They are required to be experts in the classroom. They are required to be experts in research. They are required to carry and conduct themselves very properly so that the students feel comfortable with them. They are required to mellow down their egos. And like that, so many things can be there. So with this note and a lot of good wishes, and giving you the advice to gear up yourselves for 2030, because India will be different. That is the year when the great transformation, great transition will take place by that time. And the shape and future of the universities will change. The challenges are much higher than what are known to us. And very soon, in fact, the moment government gives the green signal to foreign universities and the global competition in the field of education starts, the stage has been set by leading universities of the country in that direction. Things will be wonderful, in fact, and a lot of opportunities for faculty members are awaiting, in fact, in all walks of academic lives. Thank you so much. My special thanks to the organizing team of Droid panel, Mr. Gulati, a very dynamic advocate. I had an occasion to meet him recently, and I wish his organization a great success. In fact, I also congratulate Madan Malviya Mission and the senior professors, academic leaders, in fact, of the University of Delhi, who had been the sheet anchors of this program, and also very senior academics who have contributed so much in this refresher course. I, Dr. Alok Mishra, thank you so much for being with us in this refresher course. And I appreciate the feeling of nostalgia which you will have, but we will meet soon in some other context, in some other value addition program. Thank you so much. Over to Rushda.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Now,
you so much, Alok sir. Rushda, I would request if we can quickly take some feedbacks from the participants. Please go ahead, Rushda.
okay. Yeah, we would request like if we have some feedbacks.
Participants can unmute themselves and give their feedbacks.
We can start by the time participants are volunteering themselves. I request Shweta Yadav if she can unmute herself and give the feedback.
Sir, good evening. This is Dr. Meenakshi Jayakumar.
Please proceed, Meenakshi ma'am.
Sir, it's a wonderful session indeed. Actually, we have learned a lot. All the speakers were extraordinary, and they explained us all the requirements to do research on the project in an excellent way. We learned a lot. We will be training our students of what we learned. Thank you so much.
A very good evening to everyone. The refresher course is very wonderful. I'm a research scholar, so this was very beneficial for me as well. So I will be looking more courses with GATLC, and special thank you to Gaurav sir and Jagran Lake City University. It was a wonderful experience.
Thank you so much, Shweta ma'am. Gandhar Gumare sir. Gangadhar sir. Sukumar Palji.
Yes, very good evening. And I enjoyed the refresher course right from the beginning. I am working in Vishwabharati, West Bengal. That's a central university founded by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. And it was very enriching because this refresher course given me the opportunity without disturbing the normal activities of the department. So second half, I can peacefully manage to join. And I have gone through many of the inputs, especially on online and its relevance in post-COVID period. That was there, and innovative pedagogy in higher education aspect I could learn, and many of the other innovative teaching, learning, it has given a lot of inputs, and some of the already assignments are there, then definitely we have enough time without having any sort of hardship or this thing. We are getting a lot of time till 15, so it will not be very difficult for us to complete it. So whenever I got any difficulties, I have pushed the message also to Devangshuji. And sometime we were anxious, but he has given us the knock that you wait. So it will not be very difficult for you. We will give you in time. So we thank you, and especially I thank Jagran Lake City Universities. And earlier I also attended Guru Anangadev Teaching Learning Centers, one of the short courses. So I am just accustomed with this, but it is better for us, instead of wasting time, if these things goes on continuing for other faculty members, they will be benefited. So with this, I hope that everybody is getting a good scope, learning, interacting, and at the same time, it is not that we are sleeping. Sometimes some of the resource person also pointed out, but it is not so. We all are teachers, faculty members, so we know the responsibility of ours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sukumar sir. Rushda, I would also like to inform you and everybody that we are very fortunate to be joined by Jaswinder sir. So Rushda, I'll hand over the virtual space to you to please introduce Jaswinder sir. And it's our pleasure to be blessed by his presence and his words. So if you can please introduce sir, and we can have this fortunate time to listen to sir words.
Thank you so much, sir. Good evening, everyone. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Jaswinder Singh, sir. He is with us, like he's the guest of MSNs here. And Dr. Jaswinder Singh, sir, is a principal of Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College, University of Delhi. Director, Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, established under Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teacher and Training, and Executive Director, Center for E-Learning, established in 2014 under the UGC EPG Pathshala project to develop e-content for postgraduate courses in economics, commerce, business, economics, psychology, chemistry, and forensic science at Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College, University of Delhi. Sir has a teaching experience of more than 34 years and 9 months, inclusive of more than 10 years as principal. Sir has done various major research projects, such as Co-Principal Investigator EPG Pathshala project awarded by the UGC to develop e-content for 16 papers for post-graduation in Economics 2014 under National Mission on Education through Information Communication Technology. Completed modules are uploaded on UGC website of EPG Pathshala. Furthermore, Co-Principal Investigator EPG Pathshala project awarded by the UGC to develop e-content for 16 papers for post-graduation in Business Economics 2014 under National Mission on Education through Information Communication Technology. Completed modules are uploaded on UGC websites of EPG Pathshala. Sir has developed 6 massive open online courses, MOOCs, in economics and are hosted on SWAYM portal of the Ministry of Human Resource Development. Sir has presented various papers, which one of them is Higher Education in India, Current Scenario 2008, Deccan University, Melbourne, Australia. Another one which Sir has coordinated, PP Governance Model, Essential for Development of Professional Sports in India, Comparative Case Study, Sports Council Conference, University of Delhi 2010. Sir has delivered lectures on food security and climate change in India at Academic Staff College, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar in September 2012. Higher Education Challenges and Opportunities in India at Academic Staff College, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar in September 2012. E-Learning in Higher Education at Global Education Summit 2016, which was held on 21st and 22nd October 2016 at New Delhi. Digital Education in India, Opportunities and Challenges at National Seminar on Make at SGND College, DU. Choice-Based Credit System Challenges and Opportunities, Academic Staff College, PU. Furthermore, Sir has also been a member of professional bodies, that is Executive Council, University of Delhi, 2015 to 2017, Academic Council, University of Delhi, 1994-98 till 2014 to 2016. Secretary, Indian International Intellectual Society, Delhi. Furthermore, sir has also been a member of UGC committees, that is, member of UGC committee to review the autonomous staff of college 2009-2014, convener of the UGC committee to draft undergraduate courses for the implementation of choice-based credit system 2015, member of UGC committee Deen Dayal Upadhyay, Khushhal Kendra's allotment committee 2015 and 2018, member of UGC expert committee for formulating guidelines for online courses 2018. Now I would like to request sir to please take over the session.
Thank you, ma'am, for the very nice introduction. And I'm happy that this course, the refresher course, which is spread over a fortnight from 17th of August to 31st of August, has been organized jointly by Jagan Lake City University, Bhopal, and Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center of Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College. At the outset, let me express my gratitude to Jagran Lake City University for organizing this very special refresher course on the new age teaching methods and skills in higher education. And as I see the areas which have been covered, these are very important and outstanding areas in which the lectures and the resource persons have been invited, and especially we need to see how we can improve the teaching standards. The new education policy, which was adopted 2 years back, it is being implemented by different institutions in a number of ways. For instance, we in University of Delhi has already not merely prepared the roadmap, rather we have adopted it and we have designed the curriculum framework for the undergraduate program. And there are many important features which in fact requires the teachers to be prepared to face these challenges. Especially, the curriculum framework emphasizes the 4 years undergraduate programs with the provision for the students to join or to leave the course at every stage, in the sense that the students can join immediately, and then they can leave after a year the certificate program, and after 2 years they can leave the university system with the diploma, and after 3 years they can exit the course with the degree program in honors. And in the 4th year, which is important, is that the students will be trained in the 4th year in a way, they will be prepared for the research. And in the 4th year, along with some specialized courses, they will also be asked to complete a research proposal, maybe in the form of the project report or a thesis on a particular topic, and which will have substantial credits to be incorporated into the degree program. And we also have provisions in this, as has been emphasized by the University Grants Commission, that the students, if they wish to pursue the research further, they need not complete the postgraduate. They can directly go for the PhD, and these are the areas which I think where we need to prepare the teachers. First of all, I think the teachers need to understand, the paradigm of teaching standards is changing. Now, the whole education is becoming student-centric, and the students have a lot of options. Earlier, it was primarily the board and the chalk methods. Perhaps now that phase is going and new methods of teachings are coming. So therefore, the new age teachers, we mean to say that the 21st century teachers who have all these skills, who have the skills to, provide a kind of mentorship to the students rather than the teacher-centric lecture-driven processes. So it is quite possible that the students who come with the dedicated mind, they already have a knowledge in the subject, and the teachers need to sharpen their skills. So therefore, the 21st century skills requires the teachers to be trained, in the use of the ICT methods, of course, but at the same time, they need to, widen the scope where the students will be exposed, and also, when they in the fourth year, they will be going for the research proposals. They will be concentrating on writing a thesis or of the area of their choice. The teachers need to be trained in the research methodology. Till quite recently, it was not expected that the undergraduate teachers, they need to do any research programs. Even though, the University Grants Commission has in the revised notification of 2018, the qualifications for the teachers and the promotion avenues, they have made the provisions for teachers to be promoted as professors in the undergraduate colleges also. But for that, the teachers, now have to publish their research papers. They need to go for quite intensive research tools training, which they can further share with the students. So unless and until we are prepared, we may not be able to guide the students properly. So therefore, the teachers need to understand these methods. And I think the first thing is that it is not the teachers who are benefiting, it is the institution also. If we look at our national accreditation and assessment process, or the national assessment accreditation process, the council which gives us the accreditation of the courses, and the National Institute of Ranking Framework, in which we submit our proposals for our institutions to be ranked as per our performance. We see that, it is not only the publication of the research proposals or the research publications, it is the quality of research which matters. And for this, the quality requires the citations, the quality is measured in terms of the journals in which we publish. So therefore, there are many other issues apart from the quantitative research. There are many qualitative issues, and also there are issues of ethics which we need to understand. And I think the era is coming when the teachers and the students will be publishing jointly. It is not only the PhD or some serious research proposals. Even at the undergraduate level, the teachers and the students will be collaborating. Now, for instance, in Khalsa College in University of Delhi, or in University of Delhi, as a system, we have adopted our own innovative way of having the innovation projects. Some of the colleges, they provide, apart from the access to the resources from the other funding agencies, each institution is supposed to reserve some funds for the research. And for this, the teachers need to be trained. They should understand firstly how to write the good research proposal, and then jointly with the students, which may be a very innovative way, and this benefits both the teachers and the students. And also, it gives a lot of leverage to the institutions in terms of improving their national ranking. So therefore, all these are the areas where the new age teaching techniques can be very, very instrumental in sharpening the skills of the students and the teachers. I think for this, each institution should have a proper institutional development plan. It cannot be just individual centric. It is not that the vice chancellor or the principal of an institution or the director of an institution prepares. It is the entire, set of the stakeholders which prepare, the institutional development plan, and the role for each component is assigned. And we should have the perspective plan which, spans over a period of 10 years, 15 years, and we should know where we are taking our institution. And it is not only the buildings, it is not only the infrastructure. I think it is the quality of teaching. It is the quality of work that the teachers will be producing, that the institution would be known as. We already know that the public funding, the government funding is reducing day by day, and the institutions are trying to mop up their own resources. They are trying to mobilize their own resources, partially through the fees and partially through the collaboration with maybe the corporate sector. It is not an easy path, but I think this is very, very important. And this is where the entire set of teachers, they have to concentrate. Further on, if we look at, the new education policy emphasizes the multidisciplinary. What kind of courses can we offer to the students in other disciplines? For instance, a student of economics, if he wants to do some courses in music, what kind of courses can be offered there? A student of political science wants to have some training in the area of chemistry, for instance. So what kind of courses we can offer to them? And then also, the skill development courses, which are very important. This is again a very important area where each discipline will have to decide what kind of courses they can design and offer it to the students, not only to their own discipline students, but to the students of other subjects, so that they develop the interest and also they feel it easy to understand the other disciplines. Economics is one area where the management, mathematics, statistics, even social sciences like political science, journalism are taught. So these are the areas where the students are very keen to understand this. Similarly, a student of mathematics may be very keen to understand some courses of physics, some courses in chemistry or computer science, or even in the life sciences. So therefore, these are the areas where I think the teachers need to be trained. And not trained, I think we are already trained, but we need to sharpen our skills to a very, very large extent and shift our focus from, just from the teacher to the students, and, design the courses which are easily understood by the students, and the teachers are supposed to do mentorship work more rather than merely teaching in the class. I think the new age teaching skills which have been exposed, or where the discussion has taken place during this fortnight refresher course, the experts, the resource persons might have concentrated on this, and I'm sure this collaboration will enhance the knowledge of the teachers, and it will benefit the institutions, teachers, and the students all, and especially, they will help their institutions to develop. I will not go further on this. I think this is enough for me, and I'm sure, this looking at the course content which has been delivered is very, very substantial, and this way we would like to continue our association not only with the Jharkhand Lake City University, but also with all the participants who are participating from various parts of the country, from different institutions, to further promote this cooperation between the institutions and Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center. which of course was sanctioned to us by the Ministry of Education, and Professor Vimal Rar is looking after that. We would be very happy, we would be very keen to develop further associations and develop not only the teaching aids, but also teaching skills, but we will also like to, we would look forward to, the content writers, the people, the teachers who can be good writers, the people who can deliver the lectures better. And if we can identify some of you, we can in fact share your teaching experience with the rest of our colleagues all through the nation, all through the various institutions where we have been collaborating with. And at the end, again, I express my gratitude on behalf of Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College, and also on behalf of Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, and on behalf of our management for organizing this 2 weeks special program on the new age skills for the teachers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we have with our guest of eminence, Dr. Vimal Ram ma'am, National Coordinator, Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center. Professor Vimal Ra is a leading woman edupreneur in the field of e-learning with a decade of experience in the corporate e-learning world and is amongst the pioneers in implementing ICT in higher education in the country.
I think Rashmi, you can stop there, please. The participants already know, so please, yeah. Be brief. So, good evening, everyone. Very respected Professor Alok Mishra from Jagran Lake City University. Very respected Professor Jaswinder Singh from my own very prestigious institution, STTB Khalsa College, University of Delhi, and as Director JDTLC. My dear colleague, Mr. Gaurav Gulati from Droid Pinel Group, and Dr. Devanshu Srivastav, who is the head faculty of law from Jagran Lake City University. And most importantly, all the organizing, teaching and non-teaching members of this 15 days program. And the most significant ones, all dear colleagues who have joined as participants to be virtually together, connected and co-learning. First of all, I would like to congratulate each one of you for coming in front to be a part of this program. Because in this changing time, when so many policy changes are happening, so much technology is being integrated in our space. And today, I think this entire program, we had the refresher course, thanks to all the resource persons who have given their experiences, words of wisdom. But I think Professor Jaswinder Singh and Dr. Alok Mishra, they have been icing on the cake. So thank you, both of you. So with these learnings, I think we have to be, first of all, continuously learning. And I don't recall, but on my way, I was listening to all the feedback. I think Gangadhar sir, you only mentioned, and I am happy to share this. Maybe in one of the sessions, it was resonated here that if the video is off, it does not mean learning. I think the GATTLC has really motivated our colleagues to be learning in this flexible mode, whether we are on way, whether we are on video or out of the video, we are truly trying to learn. And I'm happy to share the statistics that in our programs in the last 2 years, many of our colleagues have joined more than 20 programs, and the number is more than 200 of them who have joined 20 of the FDPs. That is not for the promotional requirement. The survey which was done on HRDCs and other, I think if there is a real value, and that is what all as teachers we have to take away, that if the teaching learning is meaningful, whether it is happening in offline or online or seamless through these technologies throughout, the teaching learning can really happen. But most importantly, then whatever the discourses are happening with the help of renowned resource persons, the more important thing in this last 2 years we have evolved, as rightly principals are also highlighted, is the collaboration. Collaboration is the key to go ahead, because now when we are entering into the new responsibility, implementing NEP 2020, and at UG level, we have to be coming out with the research work. Rather than research of the UG level happening in one college, can it happen across different cities? Because the same problem will be having different angles when the students are coming from urban setup or the rural setup, and the context will change. So I request here that we should be using these networks to also come out with some implementation plans which we can take, and these will be the nurturing way where the students will be also exposed to the 21st century skills. Just one way teaching learning is information sharing, and that all the students can search in their entire life in the Google or any search engine. But what we need to learn is how to use this information, how to apply, how to connect it with the society, and that also to find the solution to the problems that we are having. We cannot wait, and no one from outside world, outside our country, outside our own region from where we are all belonging, can understand the ground level difficulties which we can in our classrooms. So this is the time where we have to be looking into these type of issues when we are going into internship and the project work for the UG level students. Because we may be having limitations of infrastructure and resources. That is also very important, because when you're trying to do the global level research, you have to be equipped. And yes, there are things which are in the policies, like National Research Foundation being evolved, but then till that is being done, I think we have to be parallelly working onto all the areas, and always there will be challenges, but we have to be looking into. So with this humble appeal, I'm again thankful to all the participants here. I can see so many familiar faces where you have been in our earlier programs also. So my again appeal is either be a resource person or be a learner with us. And once you attain at that level, please take these learnings and do the hand-holding to the school education system also. That also requires changes. The NEP is also looking at different assessment parameters, the way the students have to be nurtured into various curiosity, the entire creative thinking ability. It cannot come overnight. It cannot come just by saying that, yes, you have to start creatively, start doing innovation. It will not happen in one day. It has to be made as a habit. And for that, again, it cannot happen in just some places in our country. It has to happen in each and every part. And that transformation, all of you can start getting. Like once very small effort we have started is collaborating with schools for chemistry lab safety and environment friendly approach, where the students will be going and connecting with their school teachers and trying to imbibe the healthier practices which are less environmental friendly, which can be changed in experiment, keeping the curriculum in view. So many reforms have to be, I'm just sharing some idea, and you all much more experienced than me. Please, we are looking for more ideas, more collaboration coming from all of you. So I welcome each one of you to design more programs with us so that it can benefit our community and the society at the large, and definitely make our country pride, so that we can nurture our students to be a part of better society. So with these words, once again, I will like to pay my gratitude to Vice Chancellor Jagran Lake City, who was there in the inaugural session as well. To your entire team, Professor Alok Mishra, thank you for collaborating this program with us, and we are looking for more collaboration with your university. Also to Gaurav Gulati and your entire Droid Panel team. Gaurav, you are doing good work with our objectives and especially connecting with the legal studies requirement. There are unique programs which are coming because we also have our limitation. No one can be expert of all the fields, and that's where the collaboration lies. And I think this flexible mode is helping all our colleagues to be there. And now just today we had a proposal that we want to conduct a program which is starting from 7 to 10 p.m. Because come on, who will? Well, no, ma'am, teachers are ready to learn at that particular time. If they're ready, then go ahead. And if not, then yes, we are providing the recorded session also, where with LMS we are tracking. And the type of programs we are designing, the assessments are also tied up with this. So no one can actually pass that stringent assessment project work unless or until they have watched these videos. So that is how another way which we are trying to ensure. But then more than that, I again salute the motivation and the commitment all of you have in these training programs. So definitely, I think GAD-TLC is getting energy from each program. All of you participating really keeps us going, and we wish that we can be with all our fellow colleagues, but the baton has to be taken further. And once again, I thank Ministry of Education for giving it this wonderful opportunity as GAD-TLC Center, to my entire governing body for giving us immense support to have proper infrastructure, and in terms of the way it has been executed, thanks to our principal sir, entire advisory committee of GAD-TLC, and my technical team who is at the back end doing all the mail and the certification type. So thank you, everyone. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now moving towards the successful end of the valedictory, I would request the Director of Droid Penal Group, Mr. Gaurav Gulati, sir, to please take over the session.
Thank you, Rushda. So today at the very offset, we are closing this 15 days online refresher course, and every time I have this opportunity to propose the vote of thanks, and have been collaborating with GAD-TLC for almost for n number of events. Now that we don't want to count the events which we have collaborated with GAD-TLC, and Vimal Madam has given me this opportunity to collaborate with GAD-TLC and work with them. And I would also like to thank Professor A.K. Bakshi sir, who has always supported us and guided us on various aspects of the events whichever we are organizing with GAD-TLC or some other institution. I would also like to thank Professor Jaswinder Singh sir, who on a very short notice gave his consent to be a part of this valedictory function. Thank you so much, sir, Jaswinder sir, and the entire team of Jagran Lake City University, Vice Chancellor sir, Shastri sir, Alok sir, Devanshu sir, Apurva madam, and Rushda and Nancy, who had been moderating these sessions, and all the faculty members who were contributing towards this program. And this is always an opportunity, inviting new resource persons for every event. And this time, ma'am, I would like to share with you that there are some participants who belong to different disciplines, but they have been joining with us. There are, I can see on my list of participants, there is Meenakshi Kumari madam, who has already done 7 of our programs. She belongs to music department, and various other people who are there with us and who have been contributing and learning. So thank you so much for the participating with us and connected with us. And there was some query in the chat box which said, how will we get to know about further events? We'll share you the Telegram group of GAD-TLC so that you can join over there and you can see whatever activities are going on there. And ma'am, surely will be...
Gaurav, sorry to interrupt you. Please share it with your colleagues also so that they can also participate.
Yes.
Otherwise, what happens is, in one institution, some 2 or 3 teachers will get trained, and then they are trying their best to convince others, but the others are not able to be understanding these models. So then also the institution, it really becomes difficult to implement the new models. So.
And ma'am, we are also planning for some other legal programs with the GAT-TMC so that we can extend our hands in law faculties.
Try
So
some,
that we
I
get-
think, some internship program, because where the
Yes, ma'am.
teachers can be trained as mentors. Because
Yes, ma'am.
mentorship also, we have evolved a model where how the proper report and entire thing, the presentation and the 21st century skills mapping also we have done, that when they are doing this activity, this part definitely will be met with that particular group. So these type of things, I think we are,
Yes,
not
ma'am.
only law, in our other colleagues can also come out with
Exactly, ma'am.
Yes.
So, ma'am, basically we moreover deal with the law aspects. So we'll be sharing a proposal for a law internship and a program. So thank you so very much for all the participants and the resource persons and all the dignitaries who joined for the valedictory ceremony today. So moving towards the end of the session, I would like to thank everyone. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Gaurav, wait on you, missed the national anthem. All this is a nation level activity. If you're not
Yes.
having active, let me just give me 1 minute. I request all of you to be standing in the honor of national anthem. If you can allow my screen share, please.
Yes, ma'am, given.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
So once again, thank you everyone. And you will be there in the WhatsApp group wherever till certification. So we will be together solving that. Thank you. And you can Telegram.
Ma'am, we'll be continuing the session because there are some participants who have some issues in the My E-class. So I'm going to help them out.
Yeah, definitely. So we are there with you till you have certification, and it is a continuous association in the next
Yes,
program.
ma'am.
So it's that way. Okay, thank you. I'll beg leave.
Okay.
Or if Gaurav,
Thanks.
if my presence is required, then I can.
Ma'am, if you want to, ma'am, then we are always happy to have you everywhere whenever we are doing anything, even the technical part of the program.
So just
And if you
allow
have some
silence.
engagement, ma'am, you can.
Yeah, I'm logged in. I'm listening, but I'll request video leave. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I would request all the participants who have any queries regarding the assignments, projects, and the MCQ, and they can just unmute themselves one by one, and they can ask whatever they want to ask and clear their issues. So I'll be taking my technical end support for showing you the this thing. Any issues with my share screen? The participants are requested to kindly unmute one by one and start with their queries.